Coach, the tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. The radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Green Bay Packers.
We gonna work.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They will run with Grant. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Haskins on 3rd down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Watch the safety creep.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. It's caught here by Adams. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Check, 6 guys. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Get it on. West. Check 26, check 26. Come on.
Here's Jackson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
He'll return it from the 6. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he'll be taken down at the 18. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 5 now. Jackson. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Now it's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Ready? 50 hands. Not scared. 55.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
To throw again is Jackson. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, check. Mike 21. Mike 21. Check.
On second down, here's Haskins. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. This is Grant. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Houston. Corey Grant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short game. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Mike 55. I got it. Mike 55.
On third down, Jackson under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Taken from just outside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what...
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big-time play there for the Texans. 44 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Grant. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike. Coming this way. Here we go.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Mike, right there in the middle, 55. 55's Mike, guy, 55. Yeah, that's right. 56, pull it, high, 31. Zoom.
Jackson now, throwing again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
It's 3rd and 7.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Jackson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. They've got his man complete. Touchdown, Packers. Will Fuller. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. The Packers keeping the offense out there now as they'll go for 2. Jackson now. Being chased out left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed, near the goal line, on a 2-point conversion, all that else, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Haskins to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
First down, Texans.
On first down, it's Grant. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They go back to Grant. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long, and that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Third down, here's Haskins. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know, the rhythm seems off. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Hey, check right
Here we go on 4th down. Haskins. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Here we go. Here we go. Touch the outlaw. Eat.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
To throw is Jackson. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Now a play fake here on 1st down. The open man is Westbrook. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And Jackson throwing once more. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The end result, 21 yards. Jackson will throw again. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And it's a fumble. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll keep it on the ground. Grant. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Jair Alexander.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Again on second and 10, it's Haskins. Flush to his right. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Check 55. Let's go. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Man, I got you.
Jackson. It's complete to Fuller. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Now it's Jackson, and down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Check. Fresno. Check.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's got Fuller. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. The Packers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Mike 55.
From the gun, Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The Texans on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, now Haskins. Open man is Thielen, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Going deep for Hopkins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson now down around his goal line. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And Adams has it complete. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 97 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Throwing again, here's Haskins. It's caught, Nelson. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st down, it's Haskins. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dean Lowry, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Haskins looking to throw on first down. This is caught. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball. When you put up a token press, make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get them in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive where they'll be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game.
They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought